Morning, children. Today we are going to start exercise 11.2. In our previous video, we have already learned up to 11.1 and I have given you one short video of explanation about different rules which we are using. We are going to use it in this chapter. It was regarding rules from geometry, where we were supposed to find perimeter of a square and perimeter of rectangle using the variable in common rules. And then the next topic was rules from arithmetic, where different properties were shown, which was commutativity of addition of numbers, then commutativity of multiplication of numbers, then it was distributivity of numbers. So there were total 5 rules from geometry and arithmetic which you were supposed to understand from the given video. So I hope you have done that part. Now let's start with exercise 11.2. The first question is, the side of an equilateral triangle is shown by L. This is small l. So the side of an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle means any triangle which has all its sides equal, they are known as equilateral triangle. So the side of an equilateral triangle is shown by L. Express the perimeter of the equilateral triangle using L. What you have to express here? Perimeter of the equilateral triangle. Perimeter means the summation of its boundary area is called perimeter of any closed figure. So here perimeter of equilateral triangle means all summation of all the three sides gives you the perimeter, and here you are supposed to find use the variable L. So here it is given that side of equilateral triangle is equals to L, and we know that in equilateral triangle, which is ABC, suppose this is A, B and C, all sides are equal. We know this, that all sides are equal. Therefore, it can be said that AB is equals to BC, which is equal to AC, and which is equals to L, which is given there in the question. So AB equals to BC equals to AC, and that is equals to L. So perimeter of this, or we can say perimeter of any closed figure, is equals to sum of all sides. So here three sides are there. So we'll take 3L, L plus L plus L, and this 3L together gives 3L as the perimeter of the equilateral triangle. So I hope the question is very much clear and easy to comprehend. Please do it. Next, moving to the next question. Second question is the side of a regular hexagon. Hexagon means having 6 sides, and if it is said regular, regular means having all sides equal. You can say all sides are same. So the side of a regular hexagon is denoted by L. So if it is one side is L, all sides will be having the same measurement. Then express the perimeter of the hexagon using L. And here in the hint also it is given there. A regular hexagon has all its 6 sides equal in length. So I hope the question is clear to you. We just have to find the perimeter. So perimeter, we know the formula. First we will write what is given in the question. Given that sides of a regular hexagon is equals to L, we know that all sides of a regular hexagon are equal. Therefore, AB equals to BC equals to CD equals to DE equals to EF equals to AF, and it is equals to L. The naming is done like this. You can name by your own. A, B, C, D, E, and this one is F. So perimeter of all the 6 sides is equals to sum of all the 6 sides, that is equals to L, L, L 6 times. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 times L is equals to 6L. So perimeter is 6L of a regular hexagon. Okay. Now proceeding further. Next question is third one. This is a little bit we can say lengthy sum, but not a difficult one, so don't worry about it. A cube is a 3-dimensional figure. Cube, ice cubes, dice cubes, then cube which is used in Ludo, that all are cubes, and it is 3-dimensional figure as shown in the figure. It has 6 faces. It has 6 faces, means 6 sides, 4 on 4 sides and 2 up and down, and all of them are identical squares. As we know, cube is having all the 6 squares same, they are having equal area. The length of an edge means side. The length of an edge of the cube is given by L, means one of its side is given by L. Find the formula for the total length of the edge of a cube. You have to find the formula for total length of the edges of a cube. Okay, so let's see how to find. First, the figure is given into your book. You have to draw it into your notebook also and name it accordingly. Then in the solution you will write, in a cube we have 6 identical squares on 6 faces. So all the sides must be equal. Length of all sides of a cube is given as L, and if it is for one, it will be for all sides. Now we need to find total length of all sides of cube. We are supposed to find total length of all sides of cube. So how it will be find? How we can find? We have to add all the sides together. So total length of all sides is equals to AB plus BC plus CD plus AD plus BE, EF, CF, GF, DG, GH, HE and AH. You can count it down how many sides are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 sides are there. Now for 12 sides, for each side we have to write 1 L. So there will be 12 times L here. So the total length of all sides, or we can say total length of the edges of a cube is equals to 12L. Understood? So this is the correct answer. You might be wondering that how this 12 has come. You just have to count it down. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, this side 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and this one is 12. So you can see 12 sides are there, and for those 12 sides we have mentioned here 12 times L, so the total length will become 12L. Now the next sum is fourth one. What is there? It is related to a circle. The diameter of a circle is a line which joins 2 points on the circle. This we know already. Diameter is what? It is a line which joins 2 points on the circle and also passes through the center of the circle. Okay. In the adjoining figure, AB is the diameter of the circle. C is its center. As you can see here, AB diameter, C is the center. Express the diameter of the circle in terms of its radius. So if you remember, diameter is what? 2 times of radius. So first we have to find out the radius, and then we can find out express the diameter of the circle. So here, since C is center of circle, CA, CB, CP all are radius, because the line segment which joins center and any point on the circle forms a radius. So 3 radius are here in this figure, CA, CB and CP. Therefore, and we know all the radius are having same measurement. So CA is equals to CB equals to CP, and that is equals to R. Now diameter, AB is diameter of the circle. So AB is what? Addition of this AC and BC. So AB is equals to AC plus BC. AC is 1 R, BC is the another R. So R plus R gives you 2R. So this will become the diameter of the given circle. So in this way you can find out the general formula for any mathematical expression using the variable. Now we have reached to the last sum of the question, this exercise, and today's video also. What is there? The last sum to find sum of three numbers 14, 27 and 13. We can have two ways. We have to find the sum of three numbers. Which are the three numbers here? 14, 27 and 13. We can have two ways. What are the two ways? We may first add 14 and 27 and then add 13 to it to get a total sum 54. Or we may add 27 and 13, means the later on numbers 27 and 13 are added to get 40 and then add 14 to get the sum 54, which is same. Thus 14 plus 27 in bracket plus 13 is equals to 14 outside the bracket plus 27 and 13 are equal. So how we can say these are equal? How we can prove this? This can be proved by the distributive law of numbers. This is distributive law, okay, of numbers. So to write it in variable numbers, we replace numbers by variable. Suppose 14 is A, 27 is B, and 13 is C. So A plus B in bracket plus C equals to 14 is what? A, that is outside the bracket we have kept, plus B plus C means after that we are taking these two numbers together. 27 and 13 will go inside, so B plus C. So these both equations are equal, so that is why this is known as distributive of numbers, which is used in arithmetic. So I hope the exercise is clear to you. It is very easy and it does not include any calculation part. That's why I have made this into PowerPoint so that you can learn easily by having the question in front of you. Okay, now we'll meet in the next video, including 11.3, also leaving behind you with expression with variables. No, let it be. We'll start the theory part as well as 11.3 in our next class. By the time, stay home, stay safe, and thank you for watching.